March 27th, 8:16 a.m. Detecting Talk of the Day. We're going to talk a little bit more here about this Manticore. For you that have been following along, now some that's watched these videos that I've done showing this all-terrain high conductor using this M9 coil, you may say, well, sharpshooter, that shit's no good. It's not going to help anybody. Well, you might want to think again about that. I've got the M8 coil on this baby now. I have looked at this with the M9 coil already this morning, but I'm not going to show it in the video. I encourage Manticore owners, you can do your own test. Alright? Now, what you're going to see in this video, you're going to see a US nickel. Now, I could probably get a gold ring and show this too, but I haven't even looked at it. We'll just stick with a nickel, low conductor. So here's the question, or the situation. You could be in an iron site, or any site for that matter. You could even be in a sports field, and your primary goal is probably gold rings, right? Yeah, you might dig a nickel, you might dig some clad, but you might be running all-terrain low conductors. Well, there's a lot of traces that can come in on that screen on that machine in iron. And you get some associated audio that can vary somewhat too. You know, sharpshooters use this equipment, so I know what I'm talking about. So, wonder if you're in a site running all-terrain low conductors and you get some, you know, you get a lot of audio in this machine. You get it in the DS too as well. Every time you get audio, meaning non-iron audio, doesn't necessarily mean there's a non-ferrous target down there. It could be a false. Okay, so I'm going to run this Manticore. I believe I'm going to be in speed 5. We're going to look at all-terrain high conductors, all-terrain low conductors. Let me turn the sensitivity up a little bit. It's at 22. Now, will this help you in all target scenarios? Probably not. Now, sharpshooter has not checked this in the wild. I'm just going to show you what on top of the ground shows. And you might consider, remember, this machine has a favorites mode on it, which means you can toggle from all-terrain low conductors to all-terrain high conductors. Well, would you ever want to do that in the wild in a high iron site? Perhaps. Especially if you were doing more select digging. Maybe you want to add confidence to your dig. Alright? So I've got these nails over here. Well, let's leave them there. You see that nickel. Okay? So now we're in all-terrain low conductors, and the upper ferrous limits are set identical in this machine. 8 for upper and lower is 3, and that's for both modes. So here's all-terrain low conductors. You hear that? That's not a very robust signal, but it's still a signal. And that screen, you see what it looks like? That's not very compelling, is it? That there's a non-ferrous target down there. All-terrain high conductors. Look what happens. See that? You see that? So what would that tell the old sharpshooter? If I seen that in the wild, I'd be like, that adds confidence, don't it? See that again? I'm still in all-terrain high conductors. That's the same kind of sweep. Now I'm going to back the coil up. I've still got that dot down there. All-terrain low conductors. Now I've backed the coil up, but look at the screen data. So you've got the audio, but the screen is not compelling, is it? Straight over, I don't even get the trace. If I snag that signal right there in the wild, with all-terrain low conductors, and I transitioned using favorites to all-terrain high conductors, and I saw that. Again, see what coil I've got on there? Now we're going to remove the nickel. We're going to stay in all-terrain high conductors. And you notice, gone. Okay? Now, like I said, I don't know if this will help you with every target scenario. I seriously doubt it will. But there may be some targets out there you're not taking the bait on running all-terrain low conductors. Maybe the audio is scratchy, low, somewhat intermittent, and the screen is not telling you, oh, I don't have high confidence. Well, if you transition to all-terrain high conductors and you've seen that dot over there on the left, that might tell you something, huh? That's going to conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed.